name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T. Listen and listen good. I'm talking to you. When a new kid moves in on your block, what's your attitude? Do you figure, what do we need him for? Well, I pity the fool that makes that mistake. You want to know why? Then watch what happened in San Francisco when a new member joined our team and tried to help solve the mystery of the golden medallions.
What is going on, everybody? Oh, let me turn that off now. There we
I
go.
mean, if that trailer doesn't make you want to get the 18 van, you don't have a pulse.
That's a pretty fun trailer. I like what Playmobil's doing with a lot of these pop culture mobiles and whatnot. So yeah, I did. This was one of my most wanted toys of 2022, and it took a while. They were $120 here in Canada, and they more or less still are at most retail locations, including Playmobil.ca, Toys R Us, stores like that. I think they're on sale now for about $80. I was lucky enough to get it for, I believe, $39, so like 70% off of Amazon. So scooped it up. I scooped up my VW van. I think I ordered those both on December 1st. I got the VW bus a couple weeks ago, and yesterday the 18 van arrived. So I'm stoked. It would have been nice to have Christmas Day to play with, but I'm happy enough to get it a few weeks after Christmas. It's still Christmas, right? Look, I still got my decorations up, both of them. So it's
Christmas is a state of mind. There you go.
Absolutely. Hey, how you doing, Brett? If anyone wants to pop in and shoot the shiz, here's the link. It's pinned at the top as well. The more, the merrier.
Now, I'm going to play the long game on that 18 van because I've seen some of the Playmobiles. If you wait long enough, you can get them at pretty decent deals. Like some of the Ghostbuster ones.
The first week of December, there were some good deals on the U.S. and the Canadian Amazon site for most of the Playmobiles, except for like the Star Trek Enterprise and a couple of their,
really big ones,
several $100 sets that they have. Welcome, Orlando. How you doing this morning?
Like a few years back, they had the Ecto 1A from Ghostbusters 2. And that thing on average was
some of that.
Yeah.
I actually picked up the shell of the car at a Value Village last summer. So it's missing all the parts and all the figures, but it was it's like $3.99. I'm like, hey, I know what that is. That's a quality looking Ecto 1, right?
For a lot of Ghostbuster fans, we were looking for it, but it skyrocketed up to like $100, $120, $150 for eBay. But on average, usually went for about $67. Guess what it's going for on Amazon in the US right now?
$79.
$44.99. $45. Yeah, nice. $44.99.
That's a pretty good deal. So that's probably still $100 in Canada.
Yeah, regular list price is $60 for it. So I mean, still, if you wait long enough, sometimes you can stumble across them. I missed it during Christmas here. We have a wholesale place. You know how Walmart has Sam's Club?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a competitor called, and don't laugh, it's called BJ's.
Oh yeah, we have BJ's in Canada, but they're different.
They had the DeLorean. They had the 18 van. I missed out on it because we were rushing around and I just didn't have the money on me. I think they were selling them for around $30 or $40 a piece. And I'm going to go back there again, see if they still have any left. But I mean, sometimes you look at some of the outlet places, they get an overflow of stock and you might just come across something.
Yeah, I'm finding the best deals so far in 2023 I've seen have popped up on Amazon, the Amazon.com, the American side of the site.
Yeah.
We tend to get not as many deals in the Canadian side, which I don't understand. It's all the same shit from just different warehouses. So I don't know why the
Basically.
price can fluctuate so much from so many different corners of North America. But it is what it is. I order a lot from the U.S. site, almost more than I do in a Canadian site. Usually, if I'm a Prime member, so if I order on a Canadian site, I'm kind of always going to get the free shipping.
Yeah.
But order on the U.S. site, I think I don't ever get free shipping, but it's always minimal, like $6.99 or $8 or something. So, but when the price is like 50% cheaper on a U.S. site,
Yeah.
after
I mean,
conversion, I'm still saving,
it's a
35%
no-brainer.
or something.
Yeah.
So it usually works out. So I know Salacious was playing some video games, slaying some dragons this morning. But he popped in to say hello. Ghosty, how you doing? Welcome, Chris. Stuffman. Darth Lycan, how you doing? Mr. Gary, how you doing, Gary? So without too much, jibber jabbering, I'm gonna rip into this van set because this is what I've been looking forward to. How about you? Any pickups this week?
Not this week, but I have a backlog.
Oh, you got a
I
pile of change?
probably Oh yeah, I probably have about 20 Black Series.
Yeah, I've been tearing through my Black Series pretty good over the past month, I guess. Last
And I
three or
have
4 weeks, Christmas holidays,
probably
whatnot.
about I have about maybe 12 or 13 McFarlanes. So I got a backlog of a lot of things. So
I have 0 McFarlanes.
I know
I,
you're not necessarily a fan of
well,
McFarlane.
he hasn't made something I like yet. Like if he
Well,
makes a Batman 66 in that scale and it looks
in
good,
that scale, yeah.
then I'd probably buy it. If he
Well,
makes Batman 89 in that
I saw
scale and in
someone.
size,
I s-
that might be my first one because I think they're both coming.
yeah.
He's made every other Batman that ever existed. Why
Well,
would he not make the 2 most
I
popular ones?
saw someone post a McFarlane, but it was an Aquaman. The Aquaman face looked like crap. It looked like complete and utter crap. It looked like it was constipated Aquaman trying to drop load. That's what it looked like. And something
Uh,
like that, I mean, that makes me not want to buy that figure, obviously. I only buy the figures I actually like.
Even the
And
ones like I just
it's
haven't
for a
liked them.
it's part of a cyborg build a figure. But still, that's am I gonna do that, or am I gonna try to go to like my local toy shop and maybe buy the loose figure part?
How cool
That's
is
pretty cool.
Wicked?
That's
I
nice.
saw these were popping up on some pallets at Walmart in Canada, so I checked my Walmart yesterday morning.
I haven't seen him yet, not in
Had
person.
one of each. They've only kind of hit in Canada and some overseas retailers and whatnot. Shipped them to a couple of scalpers at Frankenstein. So some people have
Okay.
them. They might have paid more than I did, but
How's
35
the
Canadian dollars.
jeez?
But yeah, he's badass, man. I
How's the
really dig him.
staff? Is the staff pretty solid?
Yeah, he comes with a
Okay,
staff. He comes with a bow,
with his bow. Okay,
which you can put an arrow in,
okay.
but it doesn't come with any arrows. So
Oh,
that'll come with a different Ewok.
either that or you make some with some toothpicks.
And then he comes with a
His little
couple of
clubs.
clubs. So one maybe for banging the drums on the stormtrooper buckets, and the other one for smashing stormtrooper buckets. Because Wicket's known to wield a club. But yeah,
Wicket
very
will
cool
whack it.
figure, man. It's just kind of weird. This is the same price as all the other figures, even
And
though it's
he doesn't
a
have
third
any
the
peg holes
size.
on his feet,
He's
right?
awesome, man. He's totally awesome. So
He
he's
doesn't have a
got
peg
one
hole.
less leg segment than the previous Ewok, the Tebow.
Okay.
He's got an extra little knee joint. Wicked's missing that to make him short, I guess.
Okay.
Freaking cool though, man. I really dig him.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any of the Ewoks, I'd suggest getting Ewoks.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
yeah,
mean, if I see them, I have to grab them because I have the Return of the Jedi, Han, Luke, and Leia Endor camouflage. So if I see an Ewok, I'm definitely going to be grabbing them.
yeah, they had that first wave on the vintage card backs. Han, Leia, Wicket, Biker Scout, and Lando as a skiff guard. So I do have them all pre-ordered on Amazon. And I think I even have them pre-ordered at my GameStop as well because I do want to keep a set of these on cards. I'm a sucker. So they did have one of each. They didn't have the Boba Fett. They did have one of each, but I think I was the first there. I don't think the Boba Fett was missing. It's a weird palette system they use. I don't get the marketing or any of the genius behind it because they only hold like 6 action figures and they take up a huge footprint in the store. And once one or two collectors buy those 6 action figures, it's just a big empty palette. And yeah, it's the whole.
I love that they show Murdoch holding his sock puppet.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. And BA, you can get. I saw in the video he's got some milk.
Oh, geez.
But they don't have no guns. We got some tools.
So they no guns. So like no fake AK-47s.
No, but I'm sure I can acquire some of those.
AK-47s like they used.
It's like a flashlight, some binoculars, some maps.
On Etsy, someone's gonna make something. Someone's gonna make accessory. Do some 3D printed accessories, because when the DeLorean Playmobil came out, people were making kits to make it look like the DeLorean from Back to the Future 3. So, given time, people are going to 3D print some guns that will work with these Playmobiles.
So the toolbox is a cool nod to the vintage toys because the BA figure did come with a little red toolbox. So that's pretty rad. So again, great presentation. The figures kind of lined up there. So excuse my camera.
So they just lay in there. There's no like plastic ties or anything holding them down.
No, those figures. Look, the figures have just come out. Like they're just laying there. So I was actually quite surprised at that. But of course, the best figure I got to show first.
Yes. Oh boy.
Bad. Look at the socks, man. Like right down to the shoelaces, everything. Like. I believe there's bracelets too, so and another necklace, so there's more gold. But look at that mohawk and beard, man. He's got a little mouth molded in there. Pretty freaking cool. Hannibal.
No cigar, I suppose.
Look at his hair. Yeah, a cigar would be perfect.
George Peppard.
Yeah, he definitely. I don't know about this printing of the freaking.
And the thing is, technically, 20th Century doesn't exist anymore because it's Disney.
Face Man.
Yeah, I think the hair and Face Man looks. I think that looks better than Hannibal's.
The hairs are perfect just because of the color. It looks like they're probably the same mold exactly, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm getting at because Hannibal's hair was a little bit more. I don't know, like a little bit more high and tight. A little bit. It wasn't so grown and coiffed. Is that because of his cap?
Bring back the dodo?
Yeah, it's a shirt he occasionally wore.
Yeah, look at that.
That's awesome.
Except for this shit at the bottom. Fuck that.
I wonder if a little bit of acetone.
Yeah, I can get that
might rub that off. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe not too strong of an acetone though.
So this is the little thing the figures were in there, and that's where all the other parts are. So it's well packaged.
I mean, that right there.
Sure, there's plastic in there.
Well, that piece right there could be a nice little display piece too.
Yeah, if you're not going to let them breathe like I'm going to do. So the main shell is in a. Look at that. So one thing about this toy that everyone may not know, and you can see it in the different prices. This is the third or fourth time that this exact van has been released. Originally, it was like a police SWAT van in all black.
Then they the Scooby-Doo van that they did?
Yeah, then they repainted it as Scooby-Doo colors, which looks cool, but the Scooby-Doo van is more of a a retro Wells Fargo style of van, and it's not like this GMC looking, safari van. So
I mean,
they kind of bit the
I
bullet a little bit on that one, but they make really cool Scooby Doo toys. So and the colors pop, and it's but this
I
one,
mean,
this
there's a few
works.
things on here that now that I'm seeing it that I might have some criticisms about, but I get that they can't do a complete new mold for every single thing. Like I can see the doors on a hinge. The old door would just kind of slide out.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
even like with
So
the figures, like these are all the exact same mold, every single
yes,
part,
the jacket,
except
everything.
for
Murdoch's
his
head.
hair here. But they all have the same jackets, just painted differently, the same
Yeah.
shirts. And it works really well. Like, the
And
shirts got painted collars on them.
well, like you pointed out, BA's sneakers. I noticed Murdoch's shoes right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The Chuck
they
Taylor
they they
logos,
they do justice. I mean, they're doing justice to these figures
and they all got
that
their
we
little
love
shirts
so
hanging out.
much.
Yeah, it's a neat style. It's not, of course my favorite style,
I
but
mean,
it works.
hey, BA and Wicket could throw down right now. I mean, look, they're the same size. Come on.
But what I really like about these Playmobil vehicles is they're pretty much to scale with 3.75, and
Yeah.
that's why I like them on display. They really work well with the reaction figures. Some of my favorite 375s out there. We got
Yeah.
Guaz joining us. Welcome, Guaz. Duffman, I think it's I already.
I mean, if I see that on sale, I'm
G'day,
definitely going to be
Jonathan.
picking it up. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a few
there,
safer chemicals that can remove it.
well,
Even
there,
just a simple nail polish remover
yeah. I
sometimes
mean,
works.
there's different strengths of acetone. That's why I said like not anything too strong, but like maybe even try with a little bit of rubbing alcohol at first just to see if it'll uh, wipe it off. Because I've used acetone on some of my Spirit Halloween Ghostbuster props.
Okay.
I used it on like a faux leather because there's the Ghostbusters walkie-talkie, and the holster has a Ghostbusters emblem on it, but I wanted to take that off, so it didn't look so chintzy and cheap. A little bit of acetone and it wiped right off. So I used I think it was a 70 proof. It wasn't like a 90 proof acetone.
Yeah, the box is really cool. I like the. We got some stickers and things. So many plastic bags in here. Holy cow!
And are there lights on here too? Is there a light up feature? Because I mean, I can see the promo
No,
art,
but
but
there's lights. There's
okay.
plastic lights that go up top, but they don't actually illuminate.
Okay, because that's one thing that I liked that they did on the Ecto One and the Ecto
Yeah,
One A.
it had
They made it so
electronics, right?
the on the roof. Well, the roof was, and you can change the batteries.
The DeLorean too, right?
The DeLorean too, yeah. You had batteries in there where the flux capacitor lit up, and the flux bar, the side bars and the front bar, the car would light up.
Oh, those wheels! They really nailed these wheels, man. Dude.
I like the inside right there, like the nice.
Am I risking it by not reading the instructions and putting this in? I'm risking it. Pretty sure that goes there.
Well, given
It's
that the
awesome.
print is on the one side of the tire, I think you're safe.
Yeah, I know. I haven't opened the instructions yet. I'm just like a little boy. These
I think
wheels
I'm
are
gonna,
wicked.
in honor of this week, I think I'm gonna open up some Bad Batch.
Please do.
This Bad Batch.
Oh, it's Wreck-It.
I didn't watch it yet, but
Oh, all you missed was Hammerhead was in it. That's all.
oh, is that all?
Spoiler alert. Yeah, it was actually the best part of the two episodes was the cameo by Kenner Hammerhead. And it is Kenner Hammerhead because he has the turquoise onesie suit on. What's up, Blade Star? White Shadow, how you doing, brother? Anyone wants to pop on and shoot the shiz, the link's pinned at the top. Let's see if we can get 2,000 people watching this video. We're at 8 right now. Let's go. So Dave, I somehow need like more watch hours today than I did last Saturday.
That sounds very familiar.
How the fuck does that work, man?
I have no idea. I know YouTube's been doing some stuff, because at one point I was at like 370 some odd watch hours, and then suddenly I found myself down to 320 and then 298. I don't know if any of us will ever fully grasp how the algorithm is, because the algorithm keeps changing. That's how I look at it.
Gotta make wicked content that goes viral. That's about it. Nothing to do with algorithms or subscribers or any. It's just.
I mean,
you
I
make
did
a video
little
that 40,000 people watch and it's 7 minutes long. You're going to be monetized.
I did the video a few weeks ago when because over in England, or I should say in Ireland, the Dublin Ghostbusters got their HasLab packs early because they ordered through Zavi. And they got their packs, and one of their guys was posting pictures, and I emailed him. I was like, "Hey, would you mind if I, took the pictures from your social, and I'll credit your team and your franchise, and I would like to do a YouTube video about, explaining the first looks." He's like, "Yeah, sure, run with it." And right now, I have about 2,400 views on that. So,
I'm pretty sure Hasbro will make Hammerhead in Vintage Collection and Black Series this year, and Retro Collection will be announced before the year ends. But I think they're going to go as far as a Cantina playset.
I know I'm late to the party when it comes to Wrecker, but I love the weathering on his backpack here.
Yeah, Wrecker's. I had to get the whole Bad Batch except Omega. I've yet to get Omega.
Yeah, I have Echo. And I do have
$10 2 weeks ago,
but I don't have. I have not gotten Omega.
They're really good original figures. I like them. I like them better than the actual show.
Okay, I like that they actually have silver paint on the blade instead of just like a plastic print.
Yeah,
like plastic, like gray plastic. I love that they actually did that.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Duff Man. Or just do a 20,000 hour live stream and one person watches.
Hey, I've done 6 and 8 hour live streams before, so don't tempt me. I love the helmet, although I think the helmet could do with a little bit more. I mean, there's a little bit of weathering on the one side, like you see some scratching, but I think it needs more scratching and weathering around the helmet. Like
back they're going to re-release them now because they got new paint jobs.
Yeah, I'm not going down that road.
How you doing, Baz?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I hope it's all right just to pop on, just to show some bits off.
Absolutely. What'd you pick up this week?
I've picked up a shitload.
A shitload. So that's like a Canadian metric ton.
Well, I got a nice little surprise in the mail today. So
cool.
Oh, awesome.
I haven't seen those yet. I've just seen a couple of reviews where people opened them and they broke.
That's the new stuff coming out for Dungeons and Dragons?
Yep.
Nice.
Fortunately, Amazon had the other ones out of stock. This was the only one that was in stock, so I ordered it.
So are you going to leave him in the package? Or her? Or it?
At the moment, I'm going to keep it in the packaging. But once I get the rest of them, they will be getting opened.
You're going to get them all?
Well, hopefully, I've requested, like, on the emails and that, like, when they're back in stock, to give me notifications so I can pick the rest of them up,
Okay.
Because I really want Avenger and Dungeon Master. But that one's...
I'm just waiting for a dragon. Just hurry up and make a dragon. It's in your logo. It's in your name. Make a damn dragon.
Yeah. When they announced it, I was like, you kind of remember the old cartoon when you see Avenger and then you see the dragon. It'd be good if they do that dragon.
Baz, where did you nab that black Zarak?
I got that from the Entertainer. It's a toy shop in the UK.
Okay. Welcome, Razaf. How you doing today, buddy?
I also picked this up.
Yeah, good looking
Nice.
set. Good looking set. For
How much did you
$3?
get it for? What?
So you know
What?
that actually like sprays like a fog or something. I think if you put batteries in it, it smokes or makes a mist or something.
So when I
A
seen this
shop-
for like £4, man, I was like, I have to have that.
A
Yeah,
shop
that-
here is selling that for $70.
Yeah, they were well over $100
So-
here in Canada. I'm sure of it.
So that's a steal and a half, man, right there. Congrats on that.
Nice.
I'm loving this Wrecker figure.
You know, maybe the last time I was on, I managed to actually get the Trapjaw version.
Oh yeah, my buddy actually just painted one.
I've
And it
got
turned out
into-
fantastic.
I've really got into these ones, so I'm going to pick up the unpainted version of this one as well at some point.
Yeah, my buddy got the gray one, and he painted it up to look like Trapjaw, and it freaking worked. So Face Man has these little sleeve cuffs, which is, I don't know, different,
I don't know if you
but
ever
it gives
seen,
him that little rolled up sleeve look, which is, you know, a very
you ever
cool
seen these
idea.
in Canada, Rick?
What's that?
You ever seen these figures in Canada?
Oh wow.
What's the SP stand for?
This is a special edition version because it comes with a display stand.
What's the
Special
brand?
product?
The brand name then?
This is Cried Beast Kingdom.
Maybe at our GameStop, they're tending to get a whole section of a lot of the, I'm gonna call them anime style characters.
Yeah.
Before the end of the year, I picked up Spider Gwen as well.
How much?
Yeah, the cutesy stuff is neat to look at. It's not for me, but I appreciate them. Like some of them are very well crafted. Yeah, he's
I'm loving
badass,
this.
Dave.
Well, I mean, this is a desk mat, and he's standing on his own.
Yeah,
I'm loving
it's a
how
good, beefy
posable he
pig.
is.
He's got nose tattoos.
I'm loving
But I
it.
picked
So
up
yeah,
a
he's,
little retro stuff for like £6 as well. After Christmas,
What'd you get for $6?
some of the retro style, some of the retro Mandalorians.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, I paid full price for one set of those.
yeah, I missed out on the Mandalorian.
I know
they
this
had
is not
the
the favourite. I'll probably get a
sales.
lot of grief for this, but for £7, I couldn't say no to Jar Jar.
Yeah. I still haven't opened my Jar Jar. I will one day.
I don't have a Jar Jar, and I'm kind of trying to keep it that way.
Jar Jar is
Just
cool.
to see it for £7, man. You can't go wrong, kind of thing.
Well, you know, it's until we find out that he became a Sith, I think I'll hold off. I can see that happening now.
Oh, I guess the milk gets a sticker. Stickers are cool. 2 King's milk.
I also managed to find that Spider-Man that you showed off a few weeks ago as well, Rick. The amazing fantasy one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
wow.
have that one, but I do have the first 2 Spider-Mans they made, or is it Spider-Men? That's my favorite toy line is the retros.
Spider People.
Yeah, I didn't like her the first time she came out either. Like I'm like, it's expanded universe that I wasn't a part of. That's all. I read a lot of the books, so I really appreciate a lot of the characters from the books, like Thrawn, people like that. But the video games, I don't know, they don't have a soft spot for me.
I mean,
I've never played them.
That's the Transformer that somebody asked me about. I have slightly owned
Scorponok?
it, not kind of with the
Oh wow, that's big.
That Scorponok?
Yeah, it's the repainted Scorponok, but what it says of that bad boy.
Yeah, he's a big one.
He's a big boy. I need to try and make some room for him so I could display him. I didn't realise how big it actually was.
So that's just one robot?
That's just one robot, yeah. I didn't realise it was... I knew it would be Scorponok. I knew Scorponoks would have been a big transformer, but I didn't realise it would be that big.
Yeah, he's right up there with Fortress Maximus.
These are a good, satisfying build. Like, you know, they're, I don't know, what is it, 30 pieces, 60 pieces. But I mean, you know, it's just satisfying. They click together and you don't have to struggle. Like, Mark was building one of those magazine subscriptions, and I think he got a issue
I know what you're
one
talking
of
about.
of the Batmobile for like $1 or something, and like
But,
every piece he put together, he struggled and it
I know,
broke.
like,
and
Eagle Moss was having some issues because they think they're going under.
they did go under.
Yeah, and I managed to get Scareglow for Christmas, so I was quite happy.
Scareglow, nice.
And I picked up Stinkor for 15.
Okay, I'm doing something wrong here.
Yeah.
I also got that for Christmas as well, but I might do the
Block Meadowcat?
That's cool. I don't have that one yet. I got all the figures.
I haven't seen that.
What I don't understand is why the Mego Blocks castle is like $400 more than the frickin' actual castle.
There you go.
Kind of weird.
I'm liking tech as well. I love all the little tools that he has on him. He's got like a lot of little tools right there, right on his like a leg here.
Yeah, just that silver plastic. They could have used a little paint on those.
Yeah, I might hit it up with a little plastic.
Okay,
or a little silver argent. Hit it with some primer. I like this, how the visor comes down. But yeah, these Bad Batch figures are pretty solid. Some decent weathering on this one. I'm liking this one. But I always thought it was weird that he had lighter armor than the rest of them.
Yeah, and now they're kind of all the same, their armor, which I don't know if that really means anything. But now they all have a lot more whiteness to them. Yeah, I just realized looking at the instructions, the freaking roof comes off of this, so pretty cool.
On a lot of their Playmobil figures, the roof will come out.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. The doors, it doesn't have like actual doors. Like that's a pretty standard play feature on a vehicle, so I'm a little surprised to be honest. But it is what it is, and I still think it's freaking rad. And I'm not even done building it. All right, so we got
these guys stand pretty solid on their own, on a foam kind of mat. So I'm really surprised. I mean, this is usually that's not the case with some of the Black Series I've had.
This is the first time I've ever needed to use a Playmobil tool. Interesting.
Okay. Are they trying to be like Lego now?
I don't know, but here it says use this green thing to put in the red thing in the bottom of the chair. Like, is that because we're grown men and we don't have big fingers?
That's what she said. Put the thing in the thing.
It's actually funny because I was looking at that the day, Rick, but there's still 180 quid here for it.
Oh, it's because it snaps in there quite tightly. Wow, that's first time having to do that. And I do have several Playmobiles. Well, I have the DeLorean and yeah, it's just it fits in here kind of tight. It's that kind of peg. Kind of tight, but not really. But in here, like you got to push it in there, and it snaps in there really good. So it's stronger in the chair than it is. So you won't be able to pull it out. Is what I'm trying to say.
You can push them in with your fingers, but it hurts.
Yeah, well, look, yeah. If that was a Lego piece, I'd be bleeding.
The only reason I know that because my nephew he got one of the dinosaur sets for his Christmas for the Playmobil, and try to put a certain piece in him, and I thought I was going to lose my thumb.
Yeah. All right, that goes there. That goes there. All right, what else we got here? We got rear view mirrors.
And this was the first charity shop find of the year that I thought was quite good.
What, Acklay, is that what that is?
Only thing it's missing its thingy, but you don't see these very often, Rick.
I used to have all those, man, and sold them for
I have
pennies.
the full set of the arena beasts. That was the only one I was missing.
Yeah, there's that one and the Reek and the cat one.
Yeah.
Nice. And these are well done, man. Like, you can drop this and it probably won't break. All right, so it's asking for decals. I'll save the stickers for last. Ooh, fancy smanchy door system.
Yeah.
We got that thing. We got that thing.
Another rabbit hole as well.
Nice.
Godzilla's, yeah.
I've started picking up some Godzilla stuff as well.
DJ's 6 subs away from 300. So if you're not already subscribed, here's the link. Thanks, Rolando. Let's give him a little boost. And I want to thank everyone for my little boost last week as I creeped and crawled and scrambled to the 1,000 subscribers. Now I just need them view hours.
Congrats on that, man.
And I got the Night Brother
Good morning, Cat.
Yeah, he's still on clearance at my GameStop. I just haven't jumped on him yet. I'm looking at Echo here. I love the weathering up on his chest here, but there's like nothing really on the legs or on his little component cases on his uniform there. So I'm tempted to do a little bit of dry brushing on that.
Yeah, the weathering's kind of just like they just added a little silver highlight, right?
Yeah, they just did it. They only did it up here, but they didn't do it anywhere else. And I might just do like a little faint dry brushing along the edges, just on like on the corners. Because why would his top armor look all weathered, but the rest of him doesn't? That's
good point.
It's just a continuity, because a friend of mine who does props, he's always telling me there are no accidents. If there's scuffing, you do something by accident. You're telling a story. If he's a soldier, other than his pauldrons and his chest armor, everything else should be scratched up too.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, I don't know. It doesn't make much sense right there. But I'm loving the accessory here. I love that they actually had the silver on here. I love how that looks.
Yeah, that arm's weird. I brought him out to take some pictures the other day, and I didn't even take the arm.
This is all molded plastic, but I mean, you would think that they would have had silver on here too. But
welcome, Connor. I love it when a Rick comes together. His helmet's the best part of that one, Dave. Wait till you get to the helmet.
Oh yeah, I see how it's got the. Oh. How does this go on though? That's gonna be the fun part. Oh, it opens up. Okay, I see it wraps around the back of his head and then snaps back into place.
That van looks cool, Rick.
It's fucking badass, dude. Like, just. And if you don't have it yet, there's a link in the description of this video. You can get it. Check the prices, because I know they are currently on sale in the US and in Canada for at least 25% off. It truly is a remarkable pop culture icon in itself, is the 18 van.
There was a shop in the UK that was selling it. It was Cry Toy Town. They were selling it last year for 45 quid. And I wished I bought it when I seen it. When I went back like a day later, they were all sold out.
Dude,
And I've
this
never
has a
had them back in.
it has a trailer hitch. So that means somewhere out there I can put a trailer on here. That's awesome. But yeah, look into maybe the police van that they originally released has a trailer of some sort that it came with. I have to look into that. All right, so it's trailer hitch, cool. Lights on.
Okay, I will say this: one little disappointment. It's a little gripe. On Echo is his hand doesn't have a trigger finger like the right hands of all the other troopers, of all the other Bad Batch, because each of them has a trigger so they can hold their little handgun in perfectly.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't even know why he even comes with a handgun because I'm positive
I mean,
he's not left-handed. I'm pretty
but
sure none of them are left-handed.
I mean, why include a gun for him if you're not going to have the trigger there? You know, that's the thing that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Let me see how posable. His legs are they seem like they're a little bit tougher to pose because of the like the side skirts.
How's that work? All right, so these tools attach somehow. Well, even a walkie-talkie, huh?
They got like the big oversized walkie talkies.
Yeah,
Nice.
and the binoculars. How you doing today, Connor? Got my curry on the way. Sweet, I'm jealous. Hey, Gerard, how you doing today?
There we go.
Yes, please subscribe to Brett's channel, Collecting with Cool. He's starting to drop lots more videos, live streams. He's getting into the vintage Star Wars collecting games. So yeah, that's the
There we
good
go.
stuff, man. There you go.
That's a great pose right there.
So are you missing the other guy?
Oh no, I have crosshairs and oh, how am I blanking on his name?
Hello, Comics by the Bay. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I have the other two. They're on the shelf right now, so I just was holding off on doing these. But because I'm redoing all my shelving today. I'm like moving things around, so this will be perfect.
Okay, yeah, this.
But I will tell you this: I did a video. What was it this past week? My wife got me the Dark Flash from McFarlane,
Yeah.
and I really dug him. Like for like a zombie kind of a character. I mean, they did some pretty good effects on here. He's actually a pretty good sculpt. So if anyone who's a Flash fan,
That's a cool figure, man.
yeah, there's actually 3 variants because on the box you can see 3 different versions of him with like different jaw sculpts for the face, and there's different color eye tints. So there's 3 variants. So, or should I say 2 variants in addition to this guy?
Construction. It's just a little ball.
Is that like supposed to be like a settling torch or something like that?
Yeah, but I mean, it's in there. But I mean, I guess it has
There's
breakaway
nothing to
value,
secure it,
so kids can't hang themselves with it. I really don't. I don't know.
or no, for them to swallow.
Maybe
Kids like to chew on plastic, I guess.
I'm sure I could swallow every single piece on my desk here if I was really hungry. But I'll just put it all the way through, just because why not? All right, so he's got that.
What should I do next? Should I do some archive, some Obi-Wan, or some Mandalorian figures?
Someone with armor.
If you want armor,
all right. So this goes in the van.
See if I can flip these around
somehow. All right, so
yeah, I got 2 of these Mandalorians, so I'm going to open one up.
Oh, the credit collections.
Yeah. Fortunately, my camera's not set up for the way you guys have got it.
Oh, this is from years and years of practice. and trial and error, and mostly error, but
So here you go. I got Bo-Katan. I got the Armorer. We have the Gaming Greats Stormtrooper Commander. We got a 501st Legion Clone Trooper and a Jet Trooper. So, and I do have this Gaming Greats. This is the Electrostaff Purge Trooper.
Yeah, those ones are pretty cool. I like the simple black troopers, carbonized
And then
troopers.
the Mandalorian Scout Trooper, the one that's all weathered. One of the guys who are beating up on Grogu.
That's a carbonized.
Carbonized, yeah.
Yeah, no, I got a couple of the carbonized still. I think I have Vader, and I have
well,
a Stormtrooper.
I do also have Obi-Wan Vader too.
Yeah, I got that one too. I don't know why, but I do have that one. I really don't know why.
I didn't have any Vaders, so that's why I grabbed them.
All right, so this goes on here apparently. Apparently. Man, my fingers are a lot bigger than when I was a child.
Really? How's that possible? And what I like about these troopers here is
some little
blue is one of my favorite colors, so I like that I have
doodads on a wall.
Troopers in different schemes here. We'll do the Jet Trooper.
All right, so I have extra pieces. That's all. All right, where does this go?
Guys, I'll be right back.
You'll be missed, Dave. Is it a table? It just points down. All right. It fits. So I have an extra one of these red things. There's only 3 chairs. Let's see. Did I miss a red thingy, majiggy?
Oh, I didn't realize that Mandalorian comes with a jetpack.
What's it come with?
Didn't realize it come with a jetpack. I thought it was just a.
Oh, cool.
Sorry about that, guys.
But just like the other one, you can't really have the 2 of them on unless you can somehow find it doing so.
I missed out on that one.
All I got left is the stickers.
All right.
What's the roof? Where'd I put my roof? Yeah, I wonder. Now I'm gonna kind of look and see how different the roof is for the Scooby-Doo van, because I'm thinking it doesn't have these safari type of lights, the GMC type lights, and the spoiler. I could be wrong, but I mean it turned out really good, except for these driver and passenger doors not working.
I mean, they could have. Well, at the very least, they could have done it like an indentation, so you could see like where the line of
draw the line. But I guess it was originally like a SWAT van, so like I think there's like, I don't know, maybe a gun that came out here, because I got no parts that go there. But it'd be easy to put Mr. T in the driver's seat.
I think we used part of that van for the binocular.
Oh man, see, I didn't know how I was putting Mr. T in, but yeah, the whole freaking windshield comes off. So now it's a convertible. Okay, that's not the instructions that I saw, because it was pre-built.
That's not bad. That's actually not a bad fucking figure, man. They'll go next. They'll go nice next to him in Boba Fett.
You know, one thing I wish they would have done is have some portholes on the bottom of the exhaust for the jetpack, so you could like swap out the Boba Fett effects. You know,
the rocket things.
yeah, because I had the Boba Fett where he, the one from Book of Boba Fett where he's got the. Now, these effects I actually took off of a different Boba Fett, but I put them onto his pack.
Yeah, it worked.
So, yeah. So, but I wish they would have done something like this so we could use those same effects here, but they're closed little ports. So,
yeah, the big Death Trooper came with some effects that I guess you can put on his feet as like rocket effects. Yeah, very cool. All right, so
that's going to be a gripe I have. You can't push on a lot of figures you can kind of bend the feet at an angle because of his armor here on the lower leg. You can't push this any further back like in an angle, like if he's flying up.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So I mean that's a bit of a gripe right there.
Tools. I got lots of tools.
What did you just call me?
I called you a tool, Dave.
Okay.
You're a buffalo tool.
Yes, I am.
Tools. Camera right there. Boom. It's worthy of a close-up, these beautiful Playmobil tools that I will drop inside there. Now I got to find a spot to display the beast.
I know the other day there I was going through what I cry the Aladdin's cave of goodness.
Oh yeah.
And I've mentioned it a few times on my screen, on my live streams that I found it in a charity shop. Again, I don't think a lot of folk actually believe me, Rick, but I found a at the SH Figure Arts Endgame Black Widow.
Cool, yeah, I never see those here anywhere.
Okay.
Any fig arts.
But the bonus was it was £4.
Even better.
But technically it wasn't me, I think it was my little Padawan. It was actually my nephew, but he's like, look at this, can we have this?
Yeah, you gonna let her breathe? She's suffering in there.
Well, I think she's suffered enough.
You know what? Just for you, Rick. She's been in this for over a year.
For £4. I want to take his head off, but I don't want to.
Jesus, I keep forgetting because I think I've only got. Oh, the only other one I've got is a Wonder Year.
This is in honor of Vern, who I haven't seen show up in the chat. Hey, Steve-O, how you doing today, buddy? Mr. Sam Squanch, how you doing, Blue?
I saw you gave him an official invite, so...
Yeah, it's official. Like, there's witnesses. This is for Vern.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this has to work.
Oh, you can't really.
Okay, let's pretend it worked.
Of course it worked.
Yub nub. Woo.
Wicked's a werewolf.
That's awesome, man.
He's a werewookie.
A Wookiee.
What are you looking at, huh? Man, I can't wait for more Ewoks.
Yeah, there you go, Rick. She's breathing now.
Whoa, like that ball is sure a lot bigger than that hole. Maybe I won't be able to put this back on too easily.
That's what she said.
Jeez. That's a big ball.
That's a small hole.
Right. Boom. Yep.
Where's Brandon when we need him?
Coaching. Hope he doesn't have to. Maybe they got games in the weekend. Hopefully he doesn't have to coach. Yeah, so I let this breed yesterday. I had to take him out to the Endor forest across the street from me and open him in the woods. It just felt right. I felt ashamed that I didn't open my Bigfoot in the woods, so I had to open Wicket in the woods.
It's funny because I don't have Wicket, but I have T-Bow.
Those are really good too. I sold all my vintage collection of Ewoks, and I wish I didn't because now they're making 3 or 4 or 5 of them. Oh wow, she looks really good. I like the matte paint and a little mix of the gloss.
How are her joints? Are they loose or are they pretty good?
No, they're quite sturdy.
Because I had a SH Figure Arts captain from Endgame, Captain America, and his arms and joints were just so damn loose it wasn't even funny.
Where's my other Ewok?
That's just quite. I mean, the only thing you can't really get the legs to go back because it's the way they're. That's as far as you're going to get her to.
She looks good. Like she has a good human shape to her. Like it's realistic as opposed to action figure, style. Like like they all have a certain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the pins in a lot of the joints for Marvel Legends and whatnot. But I really don't like them. Like if they can make these with pinless joints and textured fur, like then how the fuck can I not make a Spider-Man without big blue dots on his elbows? Like it's beyond me. It's the same freaking manufacturing process. These are wicked, man. Bring on the Ewoks. So I don't know if they reused
look
any
amazing,
parts
man.
on these 2 figures.
Those look amazing.
Some of my favorite Black Series figures. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really like these. I've always been a fan of Ewoks because as a kid, they did make a lot of Ewok figures, 7, I believe. So, you were easily able to build a little army.
There you go.
And Super John's doing a video tomorrow with some Robin Hood, kind of Robin Hood stuff. So if I can get up at 4 a.m. to join him, I'll whip out my tree fort.
You'll just whip it out?
I'll just whip it out live on the interweb for everyone to ooh and ah at. Right, I'm gonna switch my camera until I find something else to share.
But I'm liking how these troopers turned out.
Yeah. Well, do I have anything else open here?
I'm shocked that I've already liberated 6 so far.
What, today?
Yeah. During your stream, I've already opened up 6 figures.
Some of them I just have no desire to open. Like that comic back. I have 0 desire to open. And in honor of my Playmobil, I'm wearing my Mr. T shirt today. Available at my T Public store.
I've been waiting for a few weeks to open this little guy up.
Oh, be careful. I've seen that one break upon opening as well. My buddy Jay got one, and he literally he pulled him out of the plastic, and his head fucking broke. And he was like, and he made a video of it, and he was like, "Fuck this," and he just threw it in the garbage. 7 a.m. Eastern, man. That should be illegal.
Oh, I didn't like that creaking.
I'm going to open up this tourist. He's just a tourist.
Well,
Oh,
I'm gonna open up everybody's favorite loudmouth that's speaks over 6,000 languages. The golden boy himself.
Goldenrod.
Now, hear me out. Since Anakin built him as a child, okay, Anakin built C-3PO. Does that make C-3PO Luke's brother? I'm just saying.
His brother, or is it adopted son?
Well, oh, that's awesome. Is that Rogue One, or is that...
Yeah, this is the Rogue One. I don't like the new one. Like, I like Andor. I like the new show. It's one of my favorites, but I don't like the toy they made. I don't like it at all. So I don't know what that is. Oh, is this like a 3-piece gun?
It's cool, man.
Okay, well that looks like a blaster. Yeah. The hell, man. Okay, so oh, it's a bigger blaster. That's cool. I never knew it did that. And this looks like it even goes on again. Jesus, Murphy. So he's got a 3-piece blaster. Has anyone ever encountered a 3-piece blaster in Star Wars before?
That's
Rogue cool. One. Now I want them to do young Solo. Han Solo with his Han Solo blaster that comes apart like the original. Like, that's fucking rad.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Remember Solo? Beckett took his rifle apart and gave Han his blaster.
Yeah, which is very accurate to actual history of that gun that came with a broom handle. That's called the broom handle. It's not the Luger. It's but it's a broom handle style German pistola. All right, his hands are very tight plastic.
Okay, so C-3PO is out. I like what they did with the paint in the mold for his wires and circuitry. They had that all the way around.
Yeah, they actually did very good on the sculpt.
And even if you bend around, it just looks like it keeps going. So
they just need to vac metal him and just get it over with.
Although his leg being all silver, I don't remember it being all silver at the lower part. I thought it was like some of the gold finish was wearing off on it, but they actually have it as solid silver piece. But anyone in the chat, if you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, am I just remembering it wrong?
No, it was. I think partly. I think it's both colored legs are on screen. Scene after scene, so there's a little incontinuity with it. But yeah, I'm digging this. If the blaster stays together, because it's pretty soft plastic, it's pretty cool 3-piece. I've been watching Connor play with his Action Force figures, and all those guns with the removable.
That weapon does look awesome.
I had no idea either, because I've never had this figure. I didn't know what to expect, but he looks good, man. I like the red jacket he wore in the new show. I just don't like Hasbro's representation of him. So maybe Fake Arts or Bandai or one of those guys will make a couple of cool Andor figures. Yeah, I'm glad I got him. I was missing him. For C-3PO, Dave, the one I got Well, I do have all the Hasbro Black Series versions, but this one here, am I doing this right? I think it was Bandai. So he's got that good vac metal look. It's it's pretty loose. Legs fall off and you got to put them back on and stuff. But yeah, fuck man, he's got working little pistons and actuators here. Same scale. It's maybe he's a little taller, but he's a droid. Good articulation. They're fragile, but for display purposes,
this looks more like he looks. I mean, the one you're holding there, he looks to me. He looks better. This one, it looks like more like gold. Like he's really cleaned up and kind of restored. I like how yours looks. I think yours looks way better, in my opinion.
But Hasbro's would be a great figure if they vac metaled it. Like that's literally the only paint app that they haven't done yet with Star Wars, which they are because they've already revealed some more retro Star Wars figures that will have Mauser. That's the word I was looking for. That will have vac metal 3PO, and we're assuming we'll have the Kenner with the vac metal look, but we'll see what happens when it come out. The Razor Crest is very shiny silver without being vac metal. Hey, Machine Man. Video game heavy barrel. Yes, and just because Jonathan helped me out here, let's show off something cool.
Isn't everything you have cool?
Yeah, but this is one of my cooler things to be totally fair, like of my collection. So even just looking at this, many of you might not know what this is, but Denix is a reproduction replicator firearm maker, or whatever the word may be.
Is that kind of like airsoft or something?
It's
Can you
nothing.
shoot anything? Okay.
No, it's just a heavy metal and
supposed
wood.
to be like a Luger or something?
No, this is the Mauser that's on the screen
Mauser.
there.
Okay.
So this is the firearm that was used to make the Han Solo blaster. And what we were saying in the Solo movie when Woody Harrelson gave him that rifle, it had the extra part on here that was the broom handle accessory to make it like a bigger rifle. So this is the Denix Mauser, and you use this as your base to build your screen accurate Han Solo blaster, whether it's the Greedo Killer or what he has in Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, because they all have a little bit of difference to them. Even Luke has a couple blasters based off this model too. So this is a good 20-pound replicated, blaster. So that is used to make, excuse the bouncy camera, this. So this is one of my prized pieces in my collection that I own. So I did buy this.
I don't blame you.
So this is made from this same piece, but a maker has already done the customizing and done the weathering and machined the parts. So everything's metal on it, including the scope. It has accurate lenses. Man! You can actually look down the viewfinder and whatnot. All the weathering in the right spots. So this is a little sanded area because at one time there was a greebly that had stuck to this blaster that had fallen off, and this is what was left behind. So for good screen accurateness, this is another greebly part that was from another thing that was just kind of glued on here to give this science fiction kind of look. All the weathering and the scratching on here is also screen accurate. So that's what's really badass about these makers that make these. They go all out with every little scratch and nick on it.
I mean,
these are all street
that's
accurate
epic, man.
scratches and nicks.
If you didn't know any better, you'd swear that was a movie prop.
It basically, like, that's how they make them, right? Even these parts up here, these are kits from a model kit that are just kind of glued on.
Yeah.
There's a little T-strip in there that is also a similar T-strip that was used on lightsaber props. This extra part was from a different kind of, like, real, like, machine gun type of gun to give this overall kind of space blaster look. But yeah, this is one of the coolest items that I have in my collection. I paid about $600 US for it when I got it. It'll always hold its value. If anything, they cost more to have people make these. This was made by a maker called Todd's Costumes, and he's in the US and he makes lots of cool props. He's not just a lightsaber guy, he's more everything else but the lightsabers. But he's got the holsters and the jackets and the leather work and a lot of cool stuff associated with this. But yeah, one of my prized possessions.
You said it's called Todd's Props?
Todd's Costumes.
Todd's Costumes.
Yeah, that's the brand of this one. There's lots of brands out there. There's, I'm not saying he's the best. He's the one I chose between 3 or 4 different makers. I did my research, and he's the one that I chose. Like, this is after seeing reviews on the YouTube and in the Facebook groups of different hand solo blaster builds. Because ideally, what I did is I bought this one to eventually make my own hand solo blaster with as many, original parts as I could. And it's not that easy. Like, it's, there's machining and welding and gluing and
there's gizmo.
It's a goal. I would like to do it. Same with my lightsaber.
And I'll be honest, look, I'm looking at his site right now, and looking at the prices for these kits for that blaster. Those that don't know, they would look at it, they might have a little sticker shock at 1 or 2 of those items. But given what I've seen in the cosplay community, this is nothing. These prices are nothing, and it's worth it for these prices for these items.
And I'm not gonna lie, it would be hard to carry that around in cosplay. Like, it weighs like 25 pounds. I'm not.
You'd have to have a proper belt and holster for it.
It's exactly right. You'd have to be built by the same prop maker. Like,
I mean, you'd have to have a real leather belt with a real holster. I mean, you need something that's going to fit you, not just slide off.
Thanks, Rolando, for posting that. Yeah, definitely. I am going to say I do highly recommend Todd's Costumes as a maker. It's been 5 or 6 years since I've had this blaster, so I'm assuming he's still all in good standing condition and
making
the products.
He shows a completed blaster here for $875.
Yeah, so
I see another one for $625. So yeah.
Yeah, he's a very fun. Like, it'd be cool if that was what you did for a living, and you can pay your bills and whatnot off making wicked props that you love, and you're gonna have no problem finding a home for them if someone else was to give them some love as well. Do I got another one to open? Oh, I do got one more.
Guys, I will be right back. I have an Amazon delivery.
Oh, go get it. I was let everyone look at my my avatar while I go get another toy to open, so you don't look at my ass. I saw you looking at my ass. All right. Got that Rogue One vibe going on. I picked him up with Andor. Uh-oh, that looked like a sword. What was that?
This is my custom saber.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I saw Sleeping got sent a saber by one of the saber makers.
No, this is just a cheap one, eh? But it's one thing I've always wanted for the last like 3 or 4 years, Rick, was a lightsaber. So now I've kind of got.
As long as the laser cuts people's limbs off and lights up, you're good.
It wasn't an expensive one, eh, man? It was just a cheap one, eh? But I seen it at the toy fair just before Christmas. I said, like, no, I'm having that.
Bodhi. I'm trying to remember this guy's name without looking at the box. Bodhi Rook. Bodhi.
I had my nephew with me that day as well, and he's like, "Can I get one?" And it's like, "No, I don't think your mum would be very happy about one of those."
I didn't realize his backpack had like a working spool of thread in it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think his Black Series version's the same as his 3 3/4 inch version.
Okay, so they can make.
It has the exact same kind of mechanism that it's got the.
Now that I broke it, what the hell? It's got a bibble bobble in it, and what the heck? I get it, but I mean, I had no idea. Okay, so that goes in there. Does it go in there? Please click. Okay. How do I roll it up? But it's cool that it's actually like a backpack. It's not just a peg on his back. So similar to that Sand Trooper. Yeah, no hole in his back. So cool if you want to customize. The goggles are glued. Oh, what'd you get, Dave? Oh, is that your wall mount thing?
This is the since I have my HasLab coming next week, I ordered a new wand to go with it.
Oh, the Hasbro one?
Yeah, so this is the Spengler's Natrona wand. So I got a brand new one to go with the brand new pack when it arrives next Saturday.
Ooh, nice.
Sweet, next week, eh?
Yep. A week away. Unless FedEx decides to deliver it early. So we'll see what happens.
It happens. They do that sometimes.
But I'm still amazed with Zavi, however you want to say it, tomato. They deliver people who went through Zavi got the packs early. At least people, because everyone in the States here, we ordered through Hasbro because we have that option. People over in the UK and Ireland and everywhere else, their only option was Zavi to order through, and they got it about a little under a month ahead of everyone else.
Well, they are closer to, the manufacturer.
See, I've noticed that with a lot of stuff is Zavi. I mean, I don't order from them myself, but folk that I know that do the Power Ranger stuff, they order the helmets, and it's actually cheaper to get the helmet through Zavi than what it is to get it through Hasbro.
Yeah,
we went and ordered one, and it was meant to come out. I think it was October, and he basically got it like a month and a half before it was actually officially released.
Yeah, because see, that's a question I definitely want to pose on a future stream with people is, given that Zavi, and I know that Blue Harvest Mark was saying that he was telling me yesterday on his stream that he's had issues with pre-orders with Zavi before. I've never ordered from Zavi, so I can't speak to that personally myself. It could be, isolated incidents. Who knows? We don't know. But here's a question for future HasLabs. Given that we now know that people can get HasLabs early if you order through Zavi, would we see people ordering just through Zavi and not through HasLab? And how would that affect the HasLabs crowdfunding, the goals?
No,
People
because
aren't ordering directly through them.
Zavi is ordering them through HasLab and marking them up. So it actually costs more with Zavi. They are a third party. I don't recommend using them, no matter where you are on the planet. They've contacted me a few times. Hey, use our products. Or I'm like, no, I'm not interested. Like an affiliate, whatever you want to do it. I'd much rather see.
Well, like in the Ghostbuster community, I know there are people who have the money. I could see them spending the money just so they can have the bragging rights first.
Yeah, but you know that they've never had stuff first before. This is the first time. Yeah. And from what you've said, it was one dude. Because there's not 80 videos on YouTube of people showing him off.
Well, he was the first person. There's been about maybe since then. There's probably about 4, maybe 6 videos I've come across.
Okay.
There have been people because there's Ghostbuster franchises across the entire world, and mostly there's been a few people in like I said, Dublin, Ireland, and a few in the UK. I think there was a whole group that ordered a bunch in Germany. They've posted some stuff, but a lot of these groups, they're not people who post on YouTube. And apparently there's not a lot of people who really post all that much on YouTube when it comes to Ghostbuster stuff. There's some of the modders, and I can guarantee we'll see a bunch of videos being posted probably a month and a half from now. But there's one guy who's going to be making a video next weekend. You know that for damn sure.
Well, I got this.
You don't actually see much Ghostbuster.
I got this Ewok yesterday, and I'm like, one of the, a handful of people that have found them in Canada at retail the past week, which has not arrived in the U.S. or any retail stores in the U.K. or worldwide. But yet there's several videos on YouTube that were uploaded like 4 months ago, because they bought them from some scalper in Singapore, or what's the scalper store and the flea market in California there, Frankenson's flea market there. Some people, they'll go and they'll spend $75 or something for a figure there, and they'll put the video on YouTube first because
Jonathan Redmond said that Zavi's not doing HasLabs anymore. So I guess that takes care of that discussion.
Yeah, I think that
if they're not going to do it anymore, that is.
I don't think it's fair to the big bad toy stores and entertainment nurse, if they're not allowed to participate in these crowdfunding and get special deals, then they shouldn't be allowed
to participate.
They shouldn't be allowing a company like Zavi to do it. So I get it. Either allow all of them to put in an order of 100 pieces or whatever you might do, but don't just allow just Zavi. All right, I'm gonna need a light for this. Boom! Hope G-Force is watching.
That's one thing I hate doing is putting stickers on things.
Oh, I love it, man. I'm a sticker machine.
I am terrible at it. Usually, I got my little tweezers, and I'll probably do it 1 or 2 times before. My coordination skills are not the greatest. I'll be honest.
Stick it on a knife like that. I'm trying to get this on camera and look at it at the same time.
Actually, that technique that you've got, Rick, seems to be easier doing it that way.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've been in the sticker business for like freaking 15 years, so.
Yeah, he should know by now.
I do stickers like this on actual vans.
Not
on the headlights.
And if not, he could probably make some stickers of his own.
I can't anymore, man. I would like to say in 2023, I'd like to be back up and running as a, all right, there's no spot in the back for this.
There's no bumper? Well, wait a minute. No. Didn't it sit on the back of the door? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, on a real safari van. To the destructions I go.
Because you got the hitch dead center on the back of on the rear of the van.
Yeah, they're just putting it on the door, which kind of half-assed, but it works.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of show a little picture of it there. I will refer to the box. Did I show the back? Only with the doors open.
Hey, Nathan, what's up?
What's up, Nathan?
I saw Nathan's video before yours, before your stream. He did a video about Vince McMahon being back in the WWE now.
It's kind of a European-sized plate. I don't know what the deal with that is, but California license plates are not that shaped. Neither are Canada's.
Yeah.
Oh, it works. It's Euro looking, I guess.
It's international.
The colors work. All right, so
You know what would have been cool with that, and this is just the nerd in me, is if they would have done something similar with the Ecto One, where they, how I mentioned how they had the lights, but they also had the siren. So if you had like a little trigger you could press so that it would play the A-Team theme, like a short little burst of it, I think that would be kind of cool and fun.
Yeah.
But
Machine
I'm sure
gun sounds.
that's or like the engine revving and the tire squealing. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, actually, tire squealing would be a really good one.
But I'm sure that's asking for a bit much. What is that? Is like a tape recording, like when they're listening in on people? Like it looks like a reel-to-reel recording.
Yeah, I have no idea what these are. Like, I don't remember the A-Team ever using like
they didn't have
electronic
computers.
devices or anything. Like,
well, I mean, I can recall like maybe them like bugging someone trying to record some information, but I mean like digital displays, they didn't have anything like that. But hey, if that's what they have there, that's what they include. Because the only thing I remember them having
says so.
Yeah.
Is that right? Stephen J. Cannell?
Stephen J. Cannell. Yeah, he wrote everything from Hunter to A-Team to so many other shows.
21 Jump.
Yep.
That's my one.
Renegade.
I was an actor.
Lorenzo Lamas.
All right, so get some milk action.
But is that the regular milk or is that the medication-filled milk that they would slip him so he would knock out so they could fly?
Good question. Only one way to find out. Where's my other milk? See, the camper van, the VW van, also came with milk, but it came with a fridge. This van has no fridge.
They didn't have fridges in the vans back then. Maybe they did. I don't know. He could have had like a little styrofoam cooler of some kind.
Oh, this
milk. All right. Stickers applied. It's officially done now. These
official tissue, man.
Chip things. Oh, there they go.
I picked up a couple of these little Squadron blind boxes as well, so I've just waiting to open one up, and I've actually got one of the ones I actually wanted.
Oh, Soka.
Oh, with a speeder.
I got my first Squadron actually this week. So I did have a pickup. I got this for $32 at Walmart, so it was on sale.
Yeah, I think that's the one I would want.
I mean, I like it. I mean, there's some pretty good detail in here. Does it feel kind of light and plastic? Yeah, but the weathering on here,
I don't know how good the camera will pick up, Rick.
Yeah, I agree, Dave. Like, that's the difference between like the plastic and stuff made with these Playmobil toys compared to those ships. Like, those are more like the NPC model kit type of plastic. Like,
I mean, you get the bounties in carbonite there. I mean, the amount of weathering on here is, I mean, this is fantastic. You can see like his weapon stash in there.
Like, if we were to do the drop on the floor test, I think the crest would break.
I mean, they did a phenomenal job on here. I love
No,
how like
I watched a
there's
video of
differences on the
someone.
exhaust ports right
I
there.
watched a video of someone reviewing the Razor Crest, and they put the little men in the cockpit, but they literally had to use tweezers because they're
Yeah.
grown men, like, and their fingers don't fit.
I'm keeping mine in the little box that they came in, but I mean, like, there's just a lot of detail in here, and it's a bit of fun. I mean, for $32, yeah. For $50, no. So I got a deal on him. I like the weathering. How this is more scorched than this one, because that's screen accurate. Because when he got blasted and crashed on that ice planet, that's perfect. I mean, it's story accurate. So. I mean, you even have a few missing
See, I
pieces
wish
there.
they'd done a little bit more weathering on this one.
Nice.
But I wish they'd come with like the little plates with like carbonite guys that you can actually shove in this. But it does come with a weapon rack, so all his weapons all come off of there.
Oh, the carbonite piece came off. It popped out. I wonder if I have to try and slide them back in somehow. I don't know that this opens up to do so.
Apparently, I've been muted the past minute. Please excuse the garbage trucks outside that like to shake the freaking dumpster 38 times to make sure they got that last piece of paper out of it. Welcome, Captain Spaulding. I
Hey,
had
Captain.
the throne room on pre-sale. I canceled it. Oh, is that the Hot Toys? I'm waiting for a throne, a boba throne, and I want it to be in vintage collection and Black Series and retro collection. Like, we need 2 sizes. One won't do. The Hot Toys is the only throne out there. Like, come on. Even Playmobil, watch, they're going to come out with a throne room before frickin' Hasbro.
Okay, so this does open up. Okay.
This will work.
Learn something new every day.
Got the other one I wanted.
There's even more detail I wasn't even aware of.
Oh, is that the Anakin speeder?
No, this one's the Mando one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now the Hot Toys got that speeder bike
two
too.
boxes, and I got the 2 figures I really wanted. That's not too bad. Because I usually end up picking boxes up, and I end up getting like 2 of the same thing.
Very cool. Yeah. Krampus, he's a cool one. I've seen a lot of people playing with them over Christmas. Nice work. Sub all around.
So they actually have a little compartment to hold the carbonite in. There we go.
All right, so let's put these boxes.
Okay, now that I've actually opened these up, Rick, I might have to actually buy some more of these squadron things.
What's that?
Those are blind bags, you said?
Yeah, these are like the.
Yeah, I have one. I think I have 2. Papa Gord sent me a couple. I'm not big on the blind bag thing, man. I don't think it should be allowed.
No,
I might grab 1 or 2 just to see how they, what they turn out. This was my first micro squadron.
I just disagree with.
And I'm loving this figure or this kit.
I have to be honest with you, I have been looking at the Millennium Falcon one.
Huh?
I've been looking at the Millennium Falcon for the.
Yeah, Amazon had a deal on him.
Yeah, like $25 or $28 last week, right?
Yeah, and then they actually had a 2-pack, or it's not a 2-pack, but they're including Vader's TIE Fighter with that for like $45 or something.
You ever seen
for that price? That's pretty good.
You ever seen a panda?
Panda pool? Panda pool?
Nice. Vanderpool.
Picked up a couple of blind bags the other day there, and I basically got the
Nice.
2 hours after.
There you go.
If you got a problem, maybe Wicket can solve it.
I'm going to have to look out for that Wicket. That looks sick.
He is very sick.
That's a wicked
Very
Wicket.
sick. And just to show, where's my Mr. T?
Yeah, they still have the Falcon for 24. They actually have a 4 set of 2 TIE fighters, Vader's Interceptor, and an X-Wing for 44.
So here is, let's learn how to do stuff again. So here is the reaction, the Playmobil 18 van and 3.75 inch, the vintage Galoob. It's just a good scale. I've always liked this scale for the Playmobiles because I think they work really well with the 3.7 inch scale stuff. More, please. So what's missing? What could Playmobil do next besides the obvious, which is Star Wars, the unlimited possibilities?
What about Battlestar Galactica?
What would they make for Battlestar Galactica? There's
the fighters, the Vipers.
Okay, good. I don't know why I brain farted and didn't think of the two main vehicles. Yeah. The Viper and the Cylon Raider.
The Battlestar would be. Obviously that and the base stars would be too massive.
Right.
But
they would have pretty cool Cylon Playmobil figures, right?
But here's the thing: which one would you do? Would you do the OG Battlestar or the 2000s Battlestar?
There only is OG Battlestar.
Okay. But here's one. What about Airwolf?
Oh,
I don't think there's 5 of enough people to buy it. I think you need more than 5 people. It's cool, but I think you gotta hit you gotta dig deep. Like Scooby-Doo digs deep. Even A-Team, I'm quite surprised, right? Because it's more people older than 40 years old that even know what freaking A-Team is. So I am surprised they made it. I'm glad they made it. But yeah, I don't know what could they make.
It would be cool if they did Star Wars. It'd be interesting to see what they would do with that.
Well, I have another suggestion, but it, like Rick said, depends on how many people are really into it. Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers is cool too.
I would love to see his shuttle and the starfighters from there.
Realistically, now that next year or this year there's a new Indiana Jones movie coming out, maybe we see an Indiana Jones Playmobil. Do you think they would go into the Lucasfilm Disney route? Because I don't think they've had any real, Disney properties yet. Is there any Disney Playmobil?
Not that I can think of.
I can't think of any.
But looking at it this way, Hasbro is doing the Indiana Jones line. So I could see a play set, like maybe a play set that a large play set that maybe looks like the Ark of the Covenant, but you open it up and it's really like the the tomb in the beginning where you get the ball rolling after Indy.
Well, yeah, that's
idol.
where they would.
There's a lot of stuff that you can kind of convert, so it looks like a nice display piece, but open it up and you have a play set. So they've done nice Ghostbusters Firehouse. So that's not out of the realm of production. It's just finding a way to entice people. They did the advent calendar and the courthouse for Back to the Future.
What are we looking at, Dave? Are we looking at your mouse pad? Is that your okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this is a mouse pad.
Do you have I know Playmobil made Ghostbusters, not only the vehicle, but the firehouse and several little mini play sets.
I have the firehouse in the corner right there.
How cool is it? Is it cool?
Yeah, I bought it for my wife.
That's how you do it
for the wife, and because she was like, I was on the fence about getting it. She's like, well, no, that would be cool. She's like, well, get it for me, and she put it together herself. But of course, I'm the one that has the space in here, so that's why it's over here.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I haven't seen that one displayed.
I have
I've
Ecto 1
seen, like,
and
some
Ecto
videos.
2.
It looks cool. I dig it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
fun.
do want the original Kenner one.
What, the Firehouse? Oh, God, I wish I could get my hands on a Kenner Firehouse.
A Kenner one?
Yeah, I would. I really wish they would have, because for a short time during the pandemic, Hasbro was brought back. You know, they did reissues of the old Kenner Ghostbusters with the Ecto 1 and all the original figures. And I was hoping that they would reissue the Firehouse, but they never did. Not even as a HasLab or anything. That would have been cool.
I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't as well, but I think the tooling would have cost a lot to make that again.
Here's the kicker, though. People with 3D files were 3D printing extensions for the Playmobil Firehouse, so that you could pull the Ecto all the way through. You had the people were 3D printing the containment unit and other accessories to go with the Firehouse. So, I mean, there was stuff. I mean, that's the thing. If these manufacturers aren't going to make this stuff for us, people are 3D printing and making it themselves now.
Yeah, no, and I wish I was in the 3D printing game, to be honest, because I have
a 3D printer, and I've just been having trouble kind of
3D printed, but
I have a printer. I've just been having
exist.
trouble fine tuning everything because either it fails or like it prints something, but it's so brittle. So I'm trying to find that mix, that balance between everything, so I can print stuff.
You haven't printed in a while, eh?
No, well, I've been busy with me and Duffman did that fundraiser for Toys for Tots, the holidays, and what I've been working on with the channel, and then with looking for other work. It's just everything's been consuming, but hopefully I'm going to get that tuned up in maybe another 2 months.
So Playmobil licenses that I think could happen, not based on brand new properties. So yeah, Indiana Jones would be a cool one, and maybe I know we're going to see Funko Pops and Hasbro toys, and maybe even like Hot Toys, and some of these other companies are going to get in and have some new merchandise, more or less based on the new movie, but maybe they throw a couple of items that are more, vintage.
Why not?
Style.
Hear me out on this. Why not DC?
Yes, Playmobil has done the Knight Rider. It's out now. It's good $80, I think.
What about DC? Imagine like a Fortress of Solitude for Superman, or the Batcave for Batman.
I don't know. I think right now DC, let's consider DC dead until James Gunn brings it back to life again.
Well, no,
I'm calling it right now. DC is dead in every.
Well, I'm saying past
format.
DC, like
comics, movies, TV shows.
Give us Christopher Reeve's Fortress of Solitude, or give Michael Keaton's Batcave. I'm not talking anything like currently, but like let's go back.
Yeah, but I think every company that makes toys except McFarlane, and who's the other company that makes the 4-inch action figures?
Hasbro. Hasbro does the 3 3/3. Hasbro does.
It's not Jada Toys. It's not Jazzwares. Who makes those little 4-inch ones? Yeah, who makes those?
Spin Master.
Yeah, so those just take up shelf space at Walmart in Canada. They literally just fill a 6 square foot area that they need toys. Kids don't buy them. Adults don't buy them. Maybe different in your stores in Chicago and in the UK. They do not.
It's kind of funny because I got these on clearance. These were like £2 each.
They do not sell in Canada. I think they're well made. They're well painted. I think the quality of the toys is there. I think the company could do some good stuff with the DC property, but it just sucks that they're the one of the 2 companies that have these DC rights to make action figures, and DC's fucking dead. Like the movies, it's all being redone. So I did see a post yesterday that Dave, I think you'd appreciate. I think Stephen Amell is going to reprise his Arrow role.
He's coming back and as Oliver Queen in some shape or form when they close out the the final season of Flash, which will be the end of the Arrowverse.
Yeah, so I think that's a good thing. I don't know if Mr. James Gunn, had any input on, hey, you want this final season to be good? Bring back the fucking Arrow guy.
Well,
a couple characters like that.
As far as James Gunn, I mean, I know that they are behind the creative for most of it, but I mean, it's the final season, so they're like, hey, this is your final season. Greg Berlanti, he's gonna do what he's been doing with most of it, but it's sad that it kind of fizzled out, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, with James Gunn, we know that other properties, Peacemaker, is going to continue and thrive.
I sure hope so. I think right now he's been mentioning the past couple of days is he's been talking a little bit about the Superman future, and I don't know if he's been just teasing it, but I think that's the next big thing on the DC movie.
That might be a way of damage control. Maybe
they have to figure out how Superman will be in the future, and then everyone else will connect to him. So I think that's what they're concentrating on.
I get what James Gunn is doing because, hey, if I'm coming in, let me clean slate this bitch. Let me do everything. Let me build it up. Look what Feige did with Marvel. Let me build it up from the bottom up, and let's go. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him for that.
He had help from Jon Favreau as well. It wasn't just Feige that started the Marvel, the MCU. Favreau directed and wrote Iron Man.
Yeah. So if it wasn't for Iron Man, we wouldn't have the MCU
of the credit of what the MCU became. I give 51% of that to Jon Favreau.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for Iron Man,
look what he's done now with the Mandoverse and Star Wars franchise, right? He's made it go boom, and which is a good thing. And all you Bad Batch cartoon loving people, man, Dave Filoni did not make Star Wars go boom. He just kept the cartoons going to keep the franchise alive a little bit. But so it's in Jon Favreau we trust.
Indeed.
But now they're teasing a new Star Wars movie that may or may not be Mandoverse and may or may not be like Rey, Finn, and Poe sequel movie or Disney Plus series, whatever it is. But it looks like they're going to start the ball rolling.
It has nothing to do with the sequel series personally, but that's just my
I think it has to do with both. I think it will, in a way, tie in with the Mandoverse because that's the current storyline, and the rumors also that Rey and Finn and Poe, those characters in that universe, will be back in some shape or form, and again, the Mandoverse will help tie everything to those sequel movies.
Maybe they'll retcon some of it,
little pieces, but enough that make people happy, answer a couple of questions. I'm just happy for Star Wars.
Knights of the Republic movie, like go back before everything.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's what a lot of us have been wanting.
None of that appeals to me. It appeals to, I understand it appeals to the video game playing crowd, that age of 20 to 30-year-olds who grew up with a joystick in their hand and some of these expanded universe characters and legends. But me, I grew up with a book in my hand or a comic book or a Hammerhead action figure. So like my wants, I understand, are a little bit different than other people's wants. But
I mean, there were some good Star Wars video games back in
the
day, like
Dark
Forces 2 was a pretty good storyline, and was it what was it? Not Jedi Academy. There's another one I can't think of. Not Force Unleashed, but something else. I mean, there's a lot of stories that they can definitely go back and tell. I mean, I think Rogue One showed everyone like, hey, we can go back. We can show you stories that you aren't even aware of. So, I mean, there's a lot they could do.
Yeah, like the Andor kind of shows that how they basically
I've enjoyed Andor.
Invented a story, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say George invented the story for Empire and Return of the Jedi, and then Episode 1 and 2 and 3 on the fly. He didn't have this story written in 1952 and just waited to tell it all. He had to write the story on the fly, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sure, it's all in his head. Just like I have the answer to all the world's problems in my head too, but I've yet to spit them all out to solve, world hunger and peace. But I'm sure it's all in here. So just need the right probing.
There's probably one Star Wars series I would like to see either in some sort of movie style or a series, and that would be Droids.
Well, that's one of the rumors of the shows that they said they were going to do. It's called A Droid Story, and it was supposedly an animated show. So when I think animated, I'm thinking it's either Filoni Bad Batch style.
And I mean, we all watched that cartoon back in the
Galaxy,
day. So.
Children's style. I kind of thought it was maybe towards the children's kind of style to piggyback and replace if they have to, like Grogu, like the children's lovable cutesy character that everyone, that's their marketing kind of guru for the little ones, and the cuteness factor. There needs to be a cuteness factor in any future Star Wars, and I thought that Droid Story was going to be a little bit of that, and bring back Anthony Daniels to voice the C-3PO, of course. But I don't know. Maybe they changed that. Maybe that might be a Filoni style cartoon. Maybe it'll be a live action. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a choose your own adventure, like Netflix style, like they're trying to do. Until they announce shit, we all just gotta sit here and wait and hope and appreciate that. Okay, Ahsoka's coming up, Mando season 3 is coming up, and then the Skeleton Crew is coming up. So we do know for sure that they've already begun production and will be producing these 3 live action shows. So that's going to be next for us to, to dig our teeth into and talk about it. I'm looking forward to it, though. I love the Solo, man. I want to go watch Solo again. They can make a story like Andor to piggyback and go along with the Solo movie. I think they could make Solo great again. Like Solo's a good movie. I like
Solo. I just didn't care for the actor playing Han. I didn't care for him.
I dug him. I'm used to him. I appreciate him. I went and watched other movies he's done because he did the Solo movie. So, I think they did pretty good. I'm glad they did that instead of the de-aging process that they haven't mastered yet. If we see some de-aging for Han Solo in the future, which I think we will, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we will see a de-aged Han Solo again in the Star Wars universe.
Well,
because we already know we're seeing a de-aged Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So they've already practiced. Practice makes perfect. So they're going to nail it for the Indiana Jones when he flies back in frickin' time and fights himself. And then we'll see young Han Solo again. It might just be for a minute, but that little minute, kind of like when they gave us Luke and Grogu there, that was just like, he was only on the screen for like a minute and a half, right, for that one episode. Yeah. And now they've tied him into a couple episodes in the next season, and they did pretty good. They improved on it, even just in the off season of, the Mando season 1 and season 2. So from season 2 to season 3, they're going to improve again on how they do it, right? I'm excited. I'm excited for what the future brings. I'm just so happy there's more Star Wars. I went so many years without Star Wars in my life. It's all about me.
It's a second golden age for us, hopefully.
It better be.
I'm trying to get my nephew into Star Wars, eh?
Hey,
I'm trying to get.
You can't force them. But if they're flicking the channels and they see a cartoon they like, then they're going to like it. You can't force them.
A few months back, we went to a toy fair, and we're in one of the shops. He wanted a drink, so we went in and got him a drink, and then all I heard was like the voice of, and it's like, that's Vader, and it's like, I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy paying for whatever it was, and as soon as we went out, guys walking around the corner with his 2 stormtrooper buddies, Princess Leia behind him, and my nephew just ran right to him. I think the lassie that was doing the collection, I don't think she expected it. It just about not Vader then.
That's awesome.
Because he's just been round the corner there, and a kid just basically ran and cried, and there's another same age 7-year-old child basically trying to hug Vader.
Yeah, no doubt. So if you're watching this not live. You're watching this after the fact, not Saturday morning. Please, I want to know in the comments below who you'd like to see or what you'd like to see Playmobil produce when it comes to, pop culture, vehicles, TV and film, comics, pop culture in general. Who would you like to see Playmobil make next? I'm just kind of curious, man, because they're not going to stop. Asterix is out now in Europe and stuff, and I saw.
What about Thundercats?
Chris,
what about Thundercats? Could we get a Thunder Tank?
It wouldn't be my choice, but I know there's Thundercats and Ninja Turtle fans. Like, I can see them making a Ninja Turtle van. Like, it's a.
McFarlane's already making a van.
Dino Rider knockoff, well, a Dino Rider
I agree,
set as well.
Because
Connor says, I hope more collectors get Ghostbuster stuff from HasLab on discount now.
Well, I mean, there's so much more that they can do. Ghost traps and PKE meters and so much other stuff they could do. So,
and I bet you they do. I bet you there's at least one more cosplaying ghostbusting accessory that Hasbro can make. It doesn't have to be HasLab. It can just be a $200 ghost trap, or one of the.
Well, they could do the. Is it the sludge? This
slime blowers. What you're thinking of from Ghostbusters 2? That's a pretty big thing in person, though. 1-to-1 scale. That's bigger than the proton packs. I mean, a buddy of mine has one that he built himself. That thing it's a monster to put on. It takes 2 people to put it on.
On his backpack?
Like, because you got it's one massive canister with 2 side canisters, and then the harness is more like a vest that you put on, and then you have the actual cannon that shoots the slime out of it. You have 3 separate hoses to clamp onto there, then clamp onto the back. I mean, it's a bit of a process, but if Hasbro can figure out how to do it, I mean, it's probably would be maybe a $500 or $600 item, maybe from their perspective.
Connor says he's playing with his slime blower right now.
I don't judge.
Sherlock Holmes, Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Yeah, some more cowboy sets. Like I know Lack is big on that the American history with the natives and Indians and all the cowboys and Civil War, whatever kind of eras. Playmobil's done a lot of different themes over the years. They've been around. They've been around since I believe the late '60s. Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, there's. It's for as simple a figure as it is, I can think of a lot of cool characters. Like, Jonathan mentioned that he doesn't think the Playmobil would ever get into the Disney Marvel side of things, and I don't know. I disagree. I think they could make a deal.
They might not be able to get the license because Disney being Disney.
They just have to pay for the licenses. They're not gonna. Let's just say Disney is not gonna deny a company like Playmobil. If
Playmobil Razor Crest.
If Playmobil wants to make, a Superman, or a Superman, any freaking Marvel character playset, Disney will yes, here's your licensing fee. Go to town. You're one of the largest toy companies in the fucking world. Like, we will allow you to make our stuff. But like, if I, write a little handwritten letter to Hasbro and say, I want to make a bunch of, Ewok figures, they're going to say, go pound sand, Rick. You're not a big international company, but it could happen. Dukes of Hazzard could not happen, sadly.
Because of the obvious.
It's not going to happen. Just like Lack's been wanting a bunch of John Wayne action figures and stuff. There will never be a John Wayne toy or anything ever made. It's the way it is nowadays. You can't have such nice things anymore. They could do it. They just couldn't put the flag on the roof. You'd have to put your own flag on the roof.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I don't think there's enough 50 and 60-year-olds that are going to run out and buy a bunch of General Lee Playmobiles. They got to hit a wider.
Man, I don't know if you ever got this in Canada, Rick. But I'm quite surprised they've not done like Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Stingray.
There you go.
I'm quite surprised.
That's more of a European thing. Like, if it was on TV here, like the Thunderbirds, that's the little puppet guys, right?
Yeah.
If it was on TV here, it was on after all the good North American shows.
What about
and before.
Voltron or Robotech, maybe?
Then they just have to build a big robot, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Um,
Or like a Robotech.
Maybe. I'm trying to think. Not based on, like, I guess Scooby-Doo was based on cartoons, right?
Yeah.
So they made Ghostbusters was based on more the movies, even though they did have a couple of different cartoons over the years. A-Team, 80s TV show, Star Trek, 60s TV show, and then movies.
What about Supernatural, the Impala from Supernatural?
Well, because that car could be used for anything. That could be used for the Hellblazer. That could be used for, Fast and Furious family.
Yeah.
I can see Fast and Furious fucking Playmobil. It's a huge freaking license, and all it is cars. They can just take all their cars and put flames on it and go, here, look, it's the Fast and Furious red Honda or whatever.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's
Harry
a lot
Potter. Could they do Harry Potter Playmobil? It's a big brand right
Yeah.
now, right? They're going hard with Legos. Now I'm trying to think, what did Lego make? Because Lego made Scooby-Doo. Lego made Ghostbusters.
They made Optimus Prime.
Lego made a little mini A-Team.
I got Optimus Prime standing right in the background there that Lego made. I mean, there's a lot.
So now I need Lego. Lego, I know you're watching. Now, Lego, make a big A-Team van. Because this is all I got. This is just a little baby. But yeah, this is that Lego video game or whatever.
If they can do the DeLorean, they can do an A-Team van, right?
Yeah, that was awesome. I have to go big just to show this. This is the best.
Yeah, that was the Lego Dimensions place.
Lego Dimensions, yeah. I'll argue with anyone. The best Lego figure ever. Come on, man. Look at that. Proudly part of my collection. Yeah, so this has been playing with the Playmobil A-Team van with Left Coast Rick, Dave's Dimension, and Dark Lycan. So I hope everyone has some fun, exciting plans for this weekend and are not going to stay home and be a homebody like my introverted self. I got a little bit of work.
I'm staying home the entire weekend.
I got a little bit of work to do on the computer here. I got to make one trip to the post office. And, might be cooking some chili for lunch or something. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank everyone who stopped by and opened some toys and shared some pickups. This has been episode 14 of Let 'Em Breathe. And because this is the Mr. T episode, I think there might be another message from Mr. T. So thanks everyone who stopped by today. Please hit that like button. And if you don't hit that like button, I don't know.
We pity the fool.
Are your fingers painted on? I don't know. Use your other fingers. Use your toes. And if you're not already subscribed, you're missing out, man. All the perks you get from subscribing. Whoa, you get like no perks. But please subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm and lets other people know that I'm out here sharing silly videos with my toys, with my friends. So thanks everyone for joining us today, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Let 'em breathe.
The name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T. Listen and listen good. I'm talking to you. When a new kid moves in on your block, what's your attitude? Do you figure, what do we need him for? Well, I pity the fool that makes that mistake. You want to know why? Then watch what happened in San Francisco when a new member joined our team and tried to help solve the mystery of the gold.